Hi, welcome to today's video, which is tinnitus knowledge. It's really an overview of what tinnitus is and the treatments and how it's caused and preventative things that we can do. So, what is tinnitus in the first place? Well, it's quite actually a common condition in which people hear sound when no actual sound is present. Um, Sound can come from anywhere within the head and can vary in intensity and frequency. It can become a real nuisance, but it can also be a sign of something more serious. So, I will look at later in the video. Myself, I suffered with tinnitus for over 15 years, so I think I have a good angle on what it is actually like living with this. It's not good, and I can assure you it can be really debilitating. So preventing tinnitus in the first place is the first thing that you need to be really looking at. You see, I put mine down, attribute my tinnitus to my earlier days when I was a DJ in nightclubs, playing really loud music and then playing it with headphones on at home, blasting away the music all the time. Not so clever now, was it? But anyway, preventing tinnitus it's not always easy, but there are some simple things that you can do to help reduce the chances of developing tinnitus itself. So one of the first things that you can do is make sure that you have a healthy diet. A healthy diet is important anyway in overall health. As you may or may not know, I'm a big believer in the ketogenic diet. And there's lots of these videos on my YouTube here about the keto diet because it's a lot of health benefits. But a diet in any event that is high in antioxidants, can help protect your hearing as well as many other things, but it really is important for your hearing. You can also try to stay active because this is the other problem now. We lead quite sedentary lives, a lot of us. There's too many jobs now that are based behind a computer screen. Says me sat here in front of a computer screen. So it's important to stay active or at least exercise, because exercise has been shown to help actually reduce the symptoms of tinnitus. So if you are experienced tinnitus, the other thing is it's important to see a doctor, to have a look at other options or options that may be available to you. That don't actually involve any treatment, because there's lots of simple ways to deal with tinnitus sometimes. Plus, it's also important to see a doctor really to rule out more serious reasons, because there is, you can end up, or it can be a sign of growth within the ear area or in the head. So it is within the head, so it's important to see a doctor for this. When it comes to cures or treatments, there's really no one-size-fits-all answer to tinnitus cures, but there are a few things you can do to help manage the condition. Some common strategies include using noise-cancelling headphones or speakers, using a relaxation method, meditation and things like this. Avoid loud noises, which is really important. When you have tinnitus, I know I can recall now, if I did anything once I developed this, using a drill or making any noise, it was quite excruciating at times. It really was bad. So if these strategies don't work, there are other ways to treat tinnitus, such as using medication or even undergoing surgery. I've said that these are the cures for tinnitus. There's actually no cure for tinnitus. They say that there's treatments that can help, and there's ways to enable you to live with the condition, but they say there's no actual cure. I don't get any sign of tinnitus whatsoever now, but apparently I'm not cured. So see a specialist, because tinnitus can be a sign of, as I said, more serious conditions, and if left untreated can become even more severe. So don't leave it. Just like anything, if you get something wrong with your body anywhere, don't leave it. Do not leave it. Go and see a specialist. we can actually diagnose and treat the underlying problem if this is present. Get regular checkups. If tinnitus can often worsen over time, becomes more and more intense. I know mine did. The longer it went on, it became more and more intense. It was horrendous. So have a look when changes do occur, and somebody may be able to help you with the right course of treatment. So, using noise cancelling headphones. Well, see, these headphones, they're more of a distraction with the noise that they create, and everybody is different in the type of noise that works for them. I know I did use them, and it did help. It didn't take it away completely, it helps. Some say it's absolutely wonderful and they don't even notice the tinnitus with this sound. Some it's waves, it can be waves, it can be rain, just gentle sounds in the background. There's lots of different ways that you can use these. And it helps to lower the stress levels, which is a big part of tinnitus. The most common sounds that we hear with tinnitus, most people who haven't got it think it's just ringing in the ears. It isn't. It can be buzzing, hissing, whistling, a roaring noise. Myself, I used to hear in the middle of the night, it sounded like chattering women. And it was really bizarre, but I know we all experience different sounds that we get with this. It can be constant or intermittent, but they all affect the person, whoever's got it, in a really negative way. It's not a good thing to have, so you need to find something to help deal with it. The ringing is the most common sound, though, as it's often described as a loud, persistent or annoying noise. And it can be heard by people of all ages. It's most common, well, it's starting in middle-aged adults. The buzzing sound is often described as, say, high-pitched, incessant or irritating. If it happens in younger age, I think it's even more imperative to see a specialist or a doctor to find out the underlying cause. As we get older, we're more likely to suffer though with tinnitus, and tinnitus itself can be caused, a big cause of it is stress and anxiety. But what is tinnitus? What is it actually about? Well, you see, the condition occurs when there's damage to the auditory system. Now, the damage can be caused by a number of factors, including noise exposure, medications, and a variety of other sort of medical conditions. In some cases, though, tinnitus may be a result of hearing loss. Certainly in later life, this can be a big part of losing hearing and developing tinnitus. In other cases, it may be a result of a problem with the nerves that send sound signals to the ear. It's a very frustrating condition. It can be hard to understand how and why it actually exists. As I say, it's often associated with stress and anxiety. And many studies have shown that people with tinnitus are more likely to have a high level of stress and anxiety within their life. So this is another good reason for meditating and taking things easy and be relaxed. Another part of what I actually do as a natural therapist and hypnotherapist. But you see, stress and anxiety can lead to problems with the auditory system. And it can also increase the level of noise. The more stress and anxiety we have in our lives, the higher the tinnitus sound will be. So if you experience tinnitus, it's important to seek out professional evaluation first. A professional may be able to identify the cause, but unfortunately not always. But you do need to go through this process first. Now, for the best tinnitus maskers, the headphones or speakers, there's many different types on the market. But which one is best for you? Well, it's really looking at which is going to suit you, because they all produce various noises and they're all very different. So it's to really look at which are the ones that are going to work best for yourself. There's the traditional mask ones, and there's those that fit around your head. There's some like a hearing aid, the electronic ones, and I think the big ones are the ones where I tended to suffer more myself on a night time going to sleep is the sleep mask. You can get them where they fit into your pillow. It makes a big difference because trying to get to sleep with that noise, which seems to get louder and louder, the quiet your environment is sometimes. So the pillow ones. Often the worst time to experience, as I say, is when you're going to sleep. Now, I've actually put a link to the top masking devices in the description below to have a look, and there may be something that suits you. I mean, they range from less than $20 to, I mean, if you get one of the Bose ones that I think they're about $250, you know, I don't know if you need to go to that level, but certainly not when you're trying something. The other way is eardrops for tinnitus. You see, the ringing and the buzzing in the ears, it can be a sign, as we've said, of an underlying condition, such as an ear infection. So it can be something that will go once the ear infection goes. It can also be caused by various other factors. Eardrops can help to stop the ringing or buzzing in the ears, for some, that is. They're all, I never tried them, I must admit, I never tried them. I wasn't really aware of them at the time. Now, there's different types of eardrops available that can be used to treat tinnitus. Some eardrops work by reducing the level of sound that's actually hitting the ear, while others work by reducing the level of noise that's bothering the sufferer. You can speak to a doctor or pharmacist to find out about eardrops if you want, or have a look in the link below. I've put a list of the top rated eardrops to try. They're not too much, because I say I don't believe you need to be spending a lot of money on these things when, you know, some of them won't even work. I will say, as I said, I never tried eardrops. I've spoken to many that say they have given some relief. And often this is a big step to find out what is your trigger and how you can actually, you know, mask things if you're using the masking method. I used a natural way to get rid of my tinnitus. It worked for me. I'm not saying it will work for everybody. I have put a link for somebody to have a look. If they want to have a look, that's fine. If not, that's also fine. But there are solutions out there, because it's not a pleasant thing. It's horrible. So if you've got something from this video, that's great. Subscribe, like, do the bell tinkle thing for future vids, because I tend to do 1 or 2 videos a week on, tends to be more on natural based health therapy and ways with the body and mind. I'm a big believer in anything natural. I'm not saying that conventional medicine isn't needed, of course it is, but I think the two can work hand in hand. So on that, I wish you all good health. See you in the next video. From me, David H. Bye bye for now. Take care.